My name is Cade. I'm all there is. I am God. You are God. Welcome to the channel of Alignment with Christ. Today, we're talking about baptism and what it is and why it's useful and what's the wrong way people go about it and why even if you're not even religious, it still matters in changing your life. So, a lot of people think baptism is a tub of water. Tub of water that's blessed by a priest. That once you get in this, now you're suddenly right with God, and now you can be close to Him, and He's gonna help you out. Da 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 da. It's the Bible isn't a physical book. It's not. It's not about a story. Or it's not about history. It's not a history book. It's not a little nonfiction. No, it's a spiritual book on how to navigate the realm of reality. So it's not about getting in a tub that's blessed by someone no better than you. Because you're always right with God the second you were born, not when you got in the tub. You're always right with God. But the real definition of getting baptized is becoming a new identity, is choosing new. And the reason that's so important is because your identity is what creates your reality. Not your thoughts, not your emotions, not the actions you're doing. It's the implication behind all those. The reason you're doing it. The identity you're being, the I amness that you're holding. Why that works is because identity creates your reality. The I amness creates your reality as within, so without. First seek your kingdom within heaven, and all will be added on to you. It's about finding that internal identity that you choose to be, the version of you that has everything it wants. What would they think? Well, how would they be? How would they feel? How would they act? How would they walk? How would they take a shit? All of those things. Understand that. Understand that. Download those and embody that, and there's no other option besides the reality that correlates with that to come. That is what baptism is for. Baptism is to go from your old identity, your old hell, your old negativity and always unlucky and being and having all the worst luck. It's going from that and then switching your identity to being someone who's blessed, lucky, favored, godlike. And then guess what will be shown to your reality? Those exact same traits. Because you are all that is. And whatever is in here will be reflected out there every single time. So what is the process of baptism truly, if it's not getting in the tub? It's two things, two parts, two halves of this. There's water and there's fire. What water essentially is reflection, is knowing thyself, is understanding where your old identity came from. Whether you want to call it devil, old identity, they're the same thing, by the way. So understanding where it's coming from, where it wants you to go, where your old beliefs and perceptions and ideas of things, why you were always so negative towards that, or why you always have a failing belief when it comes to money. Understanding your old self, taking an accountability, knowing that you're all that is, so you created the reality and everything that happens in it. Taking accountability for everything that's happened to you and understanding where it came from. That is knowing thyself. And you must take accountability with it. And because accountability is the first step to changing it. So water is simply the reflection of that. And a Bible verse that shows this is 1 Corinthians 11:28. But let a man examine himself, and so let him eat of that bread and drink of that cup. Know yourself. Examine yourself before you do those things. Before you go in and try to achieve your goals. Before you go and try to get this and have this and do all the things of the physical. Examine and know thyself. Because if you don't, you're going to be chasing it. You're going to be trying to get it, and you're not going to be understanding why it isn't coming. So, The second part, simply. So we know we have to know ourselves. Now, the second part is simple. It's simple, but how bad do you want it? Simply, it's fire. It's the will. It's the want. It's the desire to be close to God. It's the knowing. It's the faith. It's the conviction that knowing that your identity is going to bring about that heaven on earth that you are entitled to, that you deserve. That's what fire is. The fire of God, the will of God, the power of God. Using your awareness or Holy Spirit to only look at and only perceive and only have your gaze on the positive and the aligned version of the highest version of yourself, so you could be aligned with Christ. So after you know thyself, you choose new by envisioning what they would believe, envisioning how they would talk, envisioning how they would walk, envisioning how they would take a shit. Like we said earlier, you see where you would want to be. So now you have your old, and now you have your new. Now the next thing left is just having the willpower and the persistence and the trust in order to keep on choosing that new identity again and again and again and again and again and again. And eventually, your old self won't fight you anymore. And that's when creation happens. That's when the masculine and the feminine are aligned. And your manifestation come to pass. And we'll get onto that in a next video, but it's that simple. Baptism is nothing more than choosing a new identity and using water and fire to bring that about. Tub has nothing to do with it. It's about becoming new so you can have your heaven on earth. It's not about being right with God. You've always been right with God. You've always manifested. You've always created. You've never been disconnected from the source. Or you'll never be able to manifest. And you're manifesting 24/7. You always are right with God. Whether it's negative, whether you're doing negative, whether you're doing positive, He's always the input that creates everything. But now you need to plug that input into the right socket. Instead of the negativity, you need to plug it into the positivity. And that's what baptism is. Now, apply this. Watch how this changes your life, because it will every time, and there's no fail. God's never failed one time. So, find out who you were and why you were that way. And then find out who you want to be and why you want to be that. And then you have the willpower and the fire to choose new. And your heaven will be here. Peace out, boys. See you next time.